Just stuff from Big so far. Two of the T side, the only two that made it through the blender. One by one being invited in by tiziaN towards his house, but, well, Mir's not such a polite house guest at this point, and it is just down to Mir. 2 kills this round. Now let's look at what's remaining. XANTARES, full HP, armored up. syrsoN, a little lower, but can he do anything about getting that bomb back? 10 seconds. They're not going to make this easy. It's got to be clean for Mir. Spots out XANTARES, 8 seconds now. The time highly favorable to the CT side. That's brilliant. Chase it down. Mir's got to find him. Doesn't do it. Out he goes. Almost saw syrsoN. If only you knew how.
tabseN tucked in towards the logs position. Keto jump spotting. We'll see Molotov falls. Will it flush them forward? It will. That's a freebie for tabseN, but now they know his position.
Smoke gets popped back down. tabseN now free to move. Takes minimal damage on the adjustment too, but Keto's actually joined him here and they've double stacked up. They're going to back away from this? No, he's having a little look over. Very proactive. Showing no signs of fear, it feels. And within the 40 seconds remaining, Spirit are going to be trying to find any margins they can to potentially get any of those deagles in the right place, do a bit of damage, but it looks like Big really are not allowing any potential threats to come through. tabseN, come on now. You don't need to show off. Mir, oh my word, tabseN, what are you doing? They're the ones with the deagles. Give them a chance. And now some die. Don't need to show off. Mir, oh my word, tabseN, what are you doing? They're the ones with the deagles. Give them a chance. And now some die young. Gonna die very late in the round. magixx? What are these deagles?
He needs to die. Unless he can pick up one of these SMGs and get some kills with it.
A good catch from Keto, but a damage on the way through and call to be made to XANTARES. He now knows he's got a couple more players to worry about. 3 looking towards him now as iDISBALANCE falls. Well controlled by XANTARES. Eventually overwhelmed by Chopper. Rifle. Wait, he's just
working.
2 seconds to spare. Bomb plant, syrsoN now. No kit to hand, but there is one, I think, towards the site, so they can get it back. Chopper goes for the fight towards top middle. Would you expect a second? It looks like syrsoN's on for it. Nice read from syrsoN. Beautiful play coming back in on this. He can grab the kit if he wants. He doesn't even have to. Why does this game feel really weird to me, Chad? Has Monday really, changed my brain?
Look, I woke up yesterday. Actually, when I went to bed Sunday, they're still doing a good job of keeping Big, with the leash around their neck, right? Look at this. It's once again MP9, UMP. They have the AWP, and the AWP's working, that's for sure. The plant that Spirit got in the previous round with the max loss bonus will allow them to purchase on through. But iDISBALANCE going down with the very early stages of this round. This is looking like another one here where Big have a huge advantage. They know they can hold on to this utility until quite late rounds, just because of the approach that we've seen. But this is what we're talking about. It stalls out. And that is Inferno. That is the default.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even feel like Spirit are doing anything to take back too much territory. If we look at Mir's position right now, he's still flashing for lower banana control. Right? That is heard from the players top banana. That they heard a flash now go towards logs. They heard the spam all that way away. Top mid, they used the arch smoke. They've now postured at the top, but they're waiting with the number advantage. And Big are going to feel comfortable staying in the 3-2 split, knowing it is a 4v5.
No subtlety to some Young's work so far. syrsoN on the other side. Flash smoke to follow. Nice molly back. German's incredibly efficient as ever with utility usage. A little bit of a re-aggress from syrsoN. I quite like this. It's a bit more bold. And he's going to catch Mir by the heels. Ooh, a wide swing in, but he's got tiziaN by his side helping out as well. It's a shutdown. And I think we have seen this from Spirit before. We're away. They popped one down towards, top mid control
side as well.
tabseN gets to isolate as they run through. They do get the kill, but syrsoN now set into motion. Comfortable, doesn't look phased. Spot now from Keto towards banana. Gonna have to call for some help here potentially. They have got out the utility though, mostly. Keto can put down his and now try and get a rotation on. XANTARES is gonna hear it. tiziaN's further ahead, so some Young falls. XANTARES isolates more and more. Nice work. This is comfy. This is truly comfortable.
All right.
So Molly's going to keep back the others for a second or two. tabseN peeks on it.
I think he saw him.
I think he might have seen him enough. Yeah, XANTARES is on the way, so it's been red. Look at that flash. Keto just sets it in motion. The smoke comes up. How many players are here now? 3. 3 players already sitting towards B. This is nice again for the CT side. Flash comes in, they're blind, tabseN finds magixx. iDISBALANCE walks in, gets tagged. I haven't felt a game going this one-sided in a while, but Chopper could have been in a position of power. It doesn't happen.
tabseN's on for the ace.
He's playing a great game.
Have it. Don't this one here. And I mentioned 16-7 was the scoreline when these guys met back in July. Looking like they might do better than that this time round. Wild spray. tiziaN will get one. Traded on out. Pressure towards the A side of things. A fluffed molly means syrsoN cannot pick. Will get some damage off towards SDY. Tickled on up by his own Molotov now. And this is Mir's chance. If he takes down keto, we have a window. Molly dinked. Wow. Okay. Good stuff from Mir. I'm not sure if he knows that one's come on through. As guess who has to hide? It's keto, and there we go. So maybe a round that could be interesting as XANTARES, spotting from top mid, will take down magixx, and we find ourselves in a 3-on-3 with 1:08 left. So this one's had some excitement about it. It's been a little bit brawly, but that's come off the back of Big deciding to take fights. They've had to cheat an extra man over towards the B side of things. That's going to leave XANTARES with the solo dolo duty over towards Boiler. We'll hear the smoke drop. Let's go X-ray mode if we can, Rush. Lovely stuff. You see how quick that pick came through from SDY, and the site is open. So this one could be a spirit round. It was only the pistol upgrade. It wasn't the rifles coming on in. The loss bonus, it is maxed on out, but it didn't have enough residual cash to go for a full buy. syrsoN's quick on this flank.
There we go. tiziaN. This is your big danger player here. iDISBALANCE. Playing towards Graveyard. High flash. syrsoN does catch iDISBALANCE and Mir enough that they do get close to pit. Now, timing's perfect. That's going to have to be... Okay. It's okay.
It's all good.
There was a second where it got a little scary, but I'd like to give you some updates very brief. Fight magixx finds him. That's the magixx you want to be seeing. Smoking on the side, though. syrsoN's going to be able to be focused towards that balcony ledge. tiziaN backing him up on this. iDISBALANCE is still there, though. I don't know how he found tabseN, but he made it work. Chopper catching rotations. And now he can support the others as syrsoN is now surrounded. This is a problem. iDISBALANCE, eyes trained on it. Definitely no position now. I don't think he can stay safe from all 3. Whoa, hold on. No. All good in the end. 5-10. It was a solid. And pretty soon, XANTARES on to the case, though. 2 players on the other side to fight initially. The third will eventually show, but it's keto now creeping up. Oh, tiziaN's had him. And now it's on to tiziaN and syrsoN. tiziaN in the smoke. Mir, tiziaN on the other side. You do have iDISBALANCE coming around on the back, though. tiziaN doing it all. Looked too easy for him, almost.
This is where execute off the bat. Yeah, fast Molotovs through. Smoke's being lined up as well. This is like the mouse sports execute, but it's a little bit later. The smokes are coming in a second wave, and that is too easy for Mir. Mopping up through the mid smoke. 1, 2, 3. This force buy. What force buy?
Ooh.
4 for Mir. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. The Molotovs and smokes were a little bit more... they were
really goes out. Now the molly's going out. Molly. And now they kind of isolated the side. This could mean keto gets picked off here. Above the smoke, but syrsoN does see him, and I told you he's the player to watch here. As iDISBALANCE probably not going to get much done, but that's a big kill. I'm still giving it to syrsoN. X-ray off. It's going to be a no-scope or a quick scope. Well played by syrsoN, to be honest.
24 frags.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Lovely stuff, Rush.
I think Rush didn't like that. Okay, Chopper's still here. CZ. Hearing all the steps, going to get all the information playing through the smoke. Peekaboo, say goodbye. That's great work done. Yes, he loses his life, but he's bought a couple of seconds. Bomb now has to be picked up. 25 seconds. syrsoN's in all kinds of trouble. Banking on his buddy to keep him alive, and keto's done just that. Takes down iDISBALANCE, and now it's just shooting fish in a barrel, but these barrels have, you know, maybe a little bit of bite to them, maybe a little bit of teeth going on there. syrsoN now looks towards coffins, puts tiziaN in it. And magixx and Mir playing this back in. Oh, the rifles. Okay, this gets a bit more juicy. You don't really expect the AWP here, though, do you?
I think, did Mir catch a glimpse of him?
I don't know if he saw him, but he's definitely cognizant that someone could be there, but maybe just an inkling, but it wasn't fully checked on and committed, and you're bang on, 2 to 3 players.
Can we grab the...
And they had the P250s.
Yeah, and that's one of the shifts that we've been seeing a lot within the meta in recent times on the T side. When they're buying into utility, maybe one of the in-game leaders or supportive elements will buy the Glock with a smoke and a flash and then drop across a P250. You can even have one individual drop 2 P250s and just grab a flash. But they were opting for 3 here, and that's what caught me off guard. Because not 2, yeah, that makes sense.
Sure.
But 3, well, it was a little bit more than I was expecting. Now, Big really seemed to like this approach on their anti-ecos, at least within the map that we saw on Inferno there of 4 SMGs. They rock 4 MP9s on their CT side over there on Inferno, and then Weak basically taking that out of the equation because he has an AWP, right? It's not a problem. If it was with a rifle, yeah, big problem.
Want to vaguely explain what that means to...
So the camera is mounted on the right side of the head in Counter-Strike, so if you're jiggle peeking or holding an angle, it's better to do so on the right side. If you're doing it from the left, make sure you have an AWP or an AUG, something scoped in a little bit more potent. And you can see there, syrsoN had that covered, tabseN had the right-eye peek on the other side of things, and then they could chop...
Safe, but you're right, that bomb not being planted for him got a little scary then.
Yeah, a little bit dicey, especially with that smoke coming into play there. But Spirit, unfortunately for them, unable to convert. We're 13 rounds now into the game, and they don't have enough money to buy for round number 13.
Have we ever asked Rush why your icon is the rupee?
Well, no, there's a bit of a... There's a twitlonger, not a twitlonger.
Well, I was hoping Rush would let us know.
Yeah, well, my icon is the Indian rupee symbol. I do get asked a lot if I know it's that. I do know it's that. I just think it's a cool logo, and I just think it's nice. I'm not trying to pass it off as my own, but it's a cool logo.
You didn't give us the copy pasta.
I don't know if he knows it off the top
I
of his
can't
head.
read all that.
We see it time and time again, and that is the pistol round. Spirit now looking to convert. Force buy will come on through from Big. XANTARES immediately buying into the deagle with armor behind it. And this was tiziaN's opening 2 kills, and they were great. They really stopped this force around towards the top ladder, but they did lose control of Secret with this double kill. tabseN taking a chunk of damage from magixx, and then Mir on cleanup duty. He gets to finish off another frag there with the back turned. An easy kill, the way we like it. Scout on syrsoN is the danger man. There are a couple of smokes in play. L-block smokes being lined on up. 17 kills for Chopper. 16 for Mir. They're the workhorses so far for Spirit on this map. He was on the 60-something points of health. The Scout doing over 70 damage. Takes him out in one shot. Can be the body shot. Doesn't need to work too hard for that. And that's a massive round for Big to be stealing away in the start of their playoffs campaign here. They're at the top half of the bracket. They sit with ENTS and Complexity. So they'll be playing the winner of that game, assuming that Big go through and take this map. It'll be our third match of the...
Dwindle goes for a new angle to elevate himself to alleviate some of the pressure, but magixx keeps applying it. Well played, only with that deagle. Picks up the rifle, sorted.
Yeah, big one to steal back there from Spirit. So the force buy wars are on. Question now is, do Big invest once more? tabseN could go for an M4. Keto can invest as well. We can get some pistols out on the others. syrsoN could buy a Scout again if he would like. Or do they want to concede and start playing the percentages? They do have the lead at the moment. If they take an eco right now, that's going to be Spirit going up to 9 rounds. And they have taken the save. So just to note, it was the $1,400 loss bonus going into round 19. Next round, they will get the $1,900, which not hugely serviceable buys for the likes of tiziaN, XANTARES, and syrsoN. So maybe even just a partial investment in the...
Associate it with
fun.
Australia and beaches.
So they have bought, and... that's what I was talking about. tiziaN MP9 again. I know he used it a bit like a sniper rifle, retaking the lower sight when they lost that 1v2 to magixx. XANTARES onto a FAMAS. We've got the AWP up for syrsoN, so that's been dropped across from...
Bomb on magixx, so you still have a little bit more availability. Recover the smoke again. Trying to build a path as they go on, and now a high flash. Not exactly subtle, but tabseN, readjusted position. Still very relevant. Constantly being a nuisance and a threat to this outside area as tiziaN trying to play the finer margins, but sadly for him, the bomb's left in a very precarious spot. So to try and get that back might be the death of him. With 10 seconds left, I think this one's all but done.
Yeah, and it looks like it will just be another save. When I say another save, I'm reflecting back to the first half of map number 1, Inferno. If you are just joining us, you did miss a bit of a snooze fest. And that's just the truth. You know, I always give you guys the hard facts. And Spirit's approach to their T side of Inferno, it felt uninspired. They didn't really get going into the later stages. Very, very slow rounds. In the first 9 rounds of play, there was a bunch of rounds that were timeouts. They couldn't even find...
Looks like it's going to be a no. Tag onto Chopper. Chopper's done all right, but...
Oh, maybe not.
Oh, XANTARES is quick to this. And tiziaN's not let any danger begin. Again, big. Yes, these rounds are quite close. We've seen a couple nice moments here and there from Spirit, but more often than not, it feels like the season too much. So this feels like a much nicer looking big side than what happened at Cologne.
For sure. And I think, coming out of that break, all eyes were on Big because they were netted as the #1 team.
Right.
So when the focus is on you, it does get a little bit more difficult. And I think the online era with games, every second or third day for these guys having to prep for so many different teams, it's hard to continue to refresh your playbook. It's coming down to